All right, I'm hoping that the holder doesn't mess up for this one. So I just came from UPS, and I go there sometimes, and let me see. And there are these 3 people that work there. They're awesome. They're so awesome. And we always get into like debates and stuff. And they were asking me why he was. I guess one of the guys made a comment. They're like, yeah, except for that guy in the White House. I was like, oh, well, I like Trump. And I guess I've been coming there enough now that they at least respect my opinion. But, it was very cool. Like, we had a debate, but it was just good at the end of it to like still be like, all right, dude, I love you, you're my homie, whatever. We got heated, but it didn't turn nasty. It didn't turn, nobody hit me below the belt. I was just saying my opinion, and I respected the guy for his opinion, even though we didn't agree with each other. And then the other 2 were kind of listening, and they were like, oh snap, I never thought about that. Like, I was talking about how the illegal immigrant situation is affecting poor people, and just stuff that a lot of people don't talk about. And it was just really good. Like, I don't think I changed anybody's mind, but I got some people thinking about some stuff, and then it's okay, because these are the conversations we need to have. And I think the thing that's really been disturbing me about what's happening to this country, there's some people that are just so brainwashed that you can't even have conversations like that without people losing their fucking mind and just going off, and just kicking you out or getting physically violent. There's some people that, I joke about it being like black magic mind control for some people, but I swear, it seems like the educated people are like the worst people. They're like the worst human beings. It's like they've been programmed to like self-destruct if you like disagree with them, to self-destruct and attack like cyborgs or some shit. If you like don't, have an opinion that's favorable with theirs, they have to like. I saw the best, I don't know how long ago this was, I don't know if this is recent or not, but I saw the best, I don't know, like Piers Morgan interview. It was a Piers Morgan interview. Who is he being interviewed by? I forgot. Anyway, it was, I have to think. But basically, he was just saying, and he considers himself a liberal or Democrat, but he was just saying how unbearable the left has become, and how, do I have eyes? It looks like I have no eyes. He was just basically saying the left has become unbearable to the point where they're just, they're insufferable. And if you don't agree with them, it's not only you don't agree with me, but I have to destroy your life, right? Not even, you can't be wrong. No, you're evil and you must be destroyed. And it was odd because, like I said, we were in disagreement. We were in heated disagreement. But it was just great to just have a conversation where you disagreed with somebody and you were still respected. And you were still, or I was still treated like a human being afterwards. And I guess I'm going to go back tomorrow because I have another drop off. But I'm like, oh God. And I just started being frustrated because I was just like, the web of lies is so deep. And this is what these assholes, like, not the people at the UPS place, but the media, right? This is what they have done. They've weaved this web of lies. They've weaved this web of lies that's so deep that it's hard to go back and prove that each one is a lie. Like, we were talking about the Trump thing and how he was talking about grabbing people's pussies. And I was like, come on, man. Like, men don't fucking talk like that. They talk like that. He's like, I don't talk like that. I'm like, well, that's good for you. I fucking said shit about men. I've been very, I'm not gonna say anything, but I've been like, I like to slap. I've seen some hot guys, and I've said some stuff too, and women talk like that as well. But the thing that was really disturbing about that situation is that Trump and Billy Bush were talking about that in their own private conversation. Like, and a lot of people don't even find that disturbing that was held against somebody in their own private conversation. So if you're having a private conversation about somebody and they say something raunchy, you know, or you say something in your private conversation and somebody's recording it and it can be held against you. To me, that's very disturbing, that people don't really even realize how that can come back on them as an American citizen, especially with all the technology. Everybody has phones, you know, with the Vault 7 information that's coming out showing that they have a database that's basically recording everything. You know, this is like the Securitate's, you know, like best dreams come true. You know, if you guys don't know about Securitate, you should look up Romania. I had a friend from Romania and that lived in Romania during Ceausescu's era, and with the Securitate, it basically, they would just keep files on people, but they didn't have the technology, so it was just written files, and they would put bugs in people's houses and record information that way. But now it's like it's on steroids. So basically, just going back to the whole Trump thing, I was just saying that, wow, like, you know, but men talk like that. Like, and he was saying, I was like, it was taking out of context. And the guy was like, he said he grabbed a woman's pussy. He admitted it. I'm like, no, he didn't. I was like, you have to watch the tape. I was like, you have to watch the whole tape because the media has cut things out and like spun it. And I'm like, that's not, he was saying, if you look at the whole thing in context, he was talking about when you're rich, that you could do that and women don't care. And that's absolutely fucking right. You know, in LA, they come starfuckers, right? They're women that go and have sex with men because they're famous and, you know, try and get things out of men. Starfucking, right? And, you know, they're like, people are acting like gold digging women just don't exist, you know? And that's what he was referring to. And A, gold digging women exist, and B, men talk like that. People talk like that about other sexes in their own time. So I don't really see anything wrong with that, as long as he's not, because I remember him hearing that he said that. I was like, God, he said that? Like, I thought he said that like at the debate, because I didn't watch any of the debates until the election was over. I didn't watch anything. Like, I just stayed out of it. And then when he got elected, I started going back and watching everything, and I was like, what? He, like, I was fooled because I didn't, for a minute, because I didn't watch it. And I was like, he said that. And I was like, oh my God, this is totally taken out of context, and people are full of shit because men talk like that. Men talk like that, you know, and women talk like that. So, I mean, get over yourselves, right? So it was saying, and just all the stuff he was saying, dude, it was just like, I know that he's a smart guy. He's really deep. I remember last time I went in there, he told me something really deep about life, and I was like, that's deep. He's a preacher on the side, you know, like, I guess he's trying to build up his ministry, but he was talking about how life is like, they're like peaks and valleys. Oh my God, oh baby, his dog just ran in front of me. And how when you are, you know, you gotta climb up the mountain, right? You're climbing up one side of the mountain, and as you're climbing up one side of the mountain, that's where you build your strength, and then you get to the top, and then you have to go down, you know, the other side, and then you get to the bottom, and then, you know, that's like your lows in life, right? You go to the valley, and some people stay in that valley and they don't have the courage or the strength to climb it and make it up the next mountain, right? And you just keep going. So it's kind of like ebbs and flows, basically. He said it more gracefully than I'm saying it right now, but I remember he was saying that at the right time. And I think what brought it up is I had a cousin that died a few months ago, and he died, it was a complete shock. He died at a wedding. He died at his friend's wedding. So they were, he was at a friend's wedding, and they were like cliff diving. And out of everybody that did it, for some reason, he died, and he knew how to swim. It was a freak accident. And he was just talking about, wow, that must have been really disturbing, you know, just for the groom, like the happiest day of your life, but also one of the saddest days of your life. And I was just like, yeah, you know. Anyway, I always try and take time to talk to people. You never know what you're gonna learn. You never know what insights you're gonna get. And I haven't told them I have a channel. If they find out, then they find out. But I just want to put that out there, that I'm grateful for the conversation. And I just hope that we can have these conversations soon, because what the thing that's really frustrating is most people want the same things. We're just being spun a web of lies where we're fighting against each other and we're butting heads, so we can't really solve the problem, you know? But that's it. All right, y'all. Talk to you later. Peace, truth, love. Bye-bye. Mwah.